Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the Growth Mindset channel. So today I want to make a video on retirement planning, how to do it, and where you can begin this mental thought process. So I've actually been doing my taxes recently and I'm looking at how much income I've made for the past year. And a lot of that income that I'm making right now is through my W-2 job, which is an active job that's taxed extremely high. And so I wanted to run through an exercise and hopefully help you guys out where you start to calculate how much money is your operating expense. So how much money are you spending a year? And if you want to convert that into passive income, how much do you actually need? And once you can reach the limit of your operating expense is equal to your passive income, then you can really say you are financially free and retired. And what I mean by financially free and to be retired is that, at least for me, I would not be the guy that's just hanging out on the streets, not doing anything. Financially free essentially just means that I can pay for my expenses. So I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, literally any time of the day, as long as if it's within my budget. So let's go over this Excel file that I have right here and really just break down to you guys how much it would cost for an average, let's say, single male in their 20s to survive, and then try to find out a way how you can convert that into passive income. But the first step really is to get the calculations down so you can be aware of how much it may cost you to actually reach FIRE, financial independence, retire early. So let's go ahead and begin. All right, so here you guys go. You got this Excel file up. You can see on the video, and I'm just gonna fill out really this entire Excel, and it'll show you how much it would cost for, let's say, someone like me to actually survive through financial independence, through all those passive income. So let's go. I have different categories here of housing, your necessities. If you have any type of loans, you have that filled out. And if you have entertainment, trying to be as realistic as possible for someone that does have a job that wants to retire. And then let's say you go on a vacation a couple times a year. So let's start out with housing, because housing is going to be one of your largest expenses when you are just living on your own. So housing expenses, I've been able to find places, at least in the Midwest, single bedroom, and I really wanted a washer and dryer in one unit, and that costed $800. And so to explain a little bit more, I have it categorized by your expenses per month. And then per year is just literally just the per month multiplied by 12. So housing, I've noticed through my experience, is about $800 a month. Electricity, at the apartment that I was at, it was costing me about $35 a month just to have everything running. That was only when I was home too. So at work, I would turn off everything that I didn't need. So air conditioner, lights, etc. Water, sewage, this was an average at the apartment complex, so I actually couldn't make a big dent on the cost, as it was a whole shared complex divided by the number of units, and I was paying about $15 to $20 a month. So let's go with $15. Trash, $10 a month. Gas for the car, gas for the car, living pretty close to work, I was spending about $30 a month on gas for the car. Internet bill, I couldn't control the price of the lowest monthly internet bill because it was like this minimum cap, and I was paying $50 a month to have internet, which was kind of ridiculous. If I wanted to get it any slower, I couldn't, because the apartment complex controlled that price. So I was at $50 a month for that. And then phone bill, I was looking at around $65 a month. That was with like 2 gigs of data. That's like an average that someone may be experiencing in prices. Dental insurance, pretty cheap through the job I was at. So let's see, I actually have a cheat sheet that I can look at, one that's filled out with some other numbers that I've seen. So I was looking at $22 a month for a single individual average. So let's go with 22. Health insurance, can't quite remember what I was having seen on averages. Looks like $800 a month. Wow, freaking health insurance costs so much. And that would be just taken straight out of your W-2 job if you sign up for that plan through your company. Now that is so expensive, $800 a month. Wow, that's actually, dang, that's a lot. Okay. Miscellaneous, I think it's good to just have money on the side for a medical emergency just in case. Being rather young, I'll just say, let's say $50 a month. Car insurance, being younger, you're gonna have insurance that's rather high. Looks like from what I've seen online, it's about $120 a month. Necessities, oh wow. So gas up here was actually for housing. Correction to that, I was looking at about $15 a month for gas. For vehicles, looking at around $30 a month. Car miscellaneous, this could be anything from having a car wash, maybe saving up money for new tires, an oil change, etc. Let's do $35 a month, because a car for getting new tires can be anywhere from $300 on really cheap tires to $1,000, depending on how high end you want to go. Let's raise that to actually, yeah, $30 on the low end. Operating costs for just having food in general and making food on your own, this would range for me, I've seen about $30 to $50 a week. So let's go right in the middle, $40 per week times 4 weeks, so $160 a month. Clothing, I don't really spend that much on clothing. You've probably seen in my videos, actually I use a lot of the same clothes over and over again because it is a depreciating item that doesn't get you any really good value in return. So that's one of the tricks to save money, is just don't buy that much clothes. They still fit, just go ahead and keep using them. Clothing I don't spend, so I'd say $20 a month, which probably is really more than what I spend per year. Total of $240, I spend much less than that. And house miscellaneous, so it could be anything from maybe cleaning supplies. Let's say you want to have some upgraded artwork if that's something that you're interested in. Just things in general like that. Let's do $30 a month. Okay, student loans. So the average student loan for the United States at current age when you graduate, I read, is about $25,000 online. And doing the calculations advanced in this video, paying the minimum amount, that would equate to roughly $300 a month in student loans. So I'm gonna go off the US average for that and say $300. And some people may have to purchase a car, and hopefully you can buy a car that is used, so that is much cheaper, or if you're going from your family, then obviously that's the best, it's free. And a lot of people that I'm aware of that are paying for cars is about $300 as well, for just having a car and a car loan. I know a lot of you guys out there may have some streaming type of subscription, and this could be anything from Netflix, Hulu, etc. Let's say you're into that and you don't, or you might have cable, which I feel like a younger generation doesn't actually pay for, but let's say you pay for a subscription. I think Netflix is around $10 a month or so. Music subscription, you might have Spotify, that could be a couple bucks a month. Let's go with $5 a month. Now obviously these categories can be different for each person. Playing video games, you might be buying video games per month, you might get bored. Let's say you don't spend that much, but you buy a game per month around $20 a month. So got that price. Gym membership, if you go to the gym and your work doesn't offer a gym and you don't work out at home, as that would be free. You know, this is an easy way to cut out the cost. If you do have a gym membership, let's say that's gonna be about $25 a month. And you're probably gonna be going out. And so going out with friends, going out to eat, might be getting a drink every now and then. This is per month expense. Let's say you go out one weekend per month, or one weekend per week, and let's say that's $20, which is probably on the low end for most of you guys that are actually going out. But let's just take that, so it'd be $20 per week times 4 weeks in a year. Obviously that price does add up a lot, and so that's another way to cut out expenses, is just not going out and having food made at home, or inviting your friends over and just making dinner together. That's much cheaper, and it can be much healthier. Say you live outside of the state where you're from and you want to go home, and the airplane tickets across the US, you might be spending about $300 per trip. Let's see if I had the calculation right. Yep, so per year that'd be about $300 on just getting airplane tickets. Local vacations, obviously much cheaper. You have to account for Airbnb or some type of housing along it. So driving obviously is much cheaper. We're gonna go with $200. You're going twice a year. And international, obviously another just luxury of having if you've done it. I haven't done it yet since I've graduated college, but these can be pretty expensive, so I would put around $1,500 for a trip, and that's probably on the low end really. So let's go down to the bottom here. So basically what that means is that per year at this expense rate, I would need to make about $40,000 of passive income per year to actually retire and live off my investments. So obviously that does sound like a pretty high number, and you might be thinking that if you're going to college, you probably were running off of an operating expense much lower than that. And the thing to keep in mind is that as you maybe have gotten out of college, you probably realize that you spend a lot more now that you make active income and you see your paychecks a lot larger. So keep in mind that if you can keep your operating expense extremely low and pay off any debts that you may have from college or car loans or anything else you may want to be trying to save up for, that, especially for an investment, that is a really good strategy to do. So yeah, there you go guys. Those are basically a breakdown of how you would calculate your operating expense, and I think this is incredibly important to do when you're young and trying to figure out your next stages in life rather than living through the motions and not really thinking about when to retire, because retirement doesn't just happen with this special age of 65 or 67 and then you hope that you can live off Medicare or Social Security. That is not a good game plan, and I think you can achieve financial freedom much sooner if you actually put effort and thought into it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the Growth Mindset channel. Let me know if you have any questions below, and as always, have a great day.